Well, here we are with today's project, and that is this 54270 telehandler. We've got that in the shop here. Jared was loading pen pack manure with it the other day, and he had heard a little noise, didn't think nothing of it. Then he had noticed that he had only had two-wheel drive, the front axle. There's something wrong with the rear axle on this, so we're going to pull that out from underneath the machine here. He's unhooking the drive shaft right now. It's not in the transfer case or the four-wheel drive. The transmission itself, it's in the rear axle. So we're going to get ready to roll that out from underneath the machine here. Alright, so we have this jacked up in the air. We've got two steering lines unhooked, a wheel sensor unplugged. We're thinking that we've got, a grease line too hooked up? We're thinking that we've got everything unhooked off of it. Well, I had a plug in one of the steering lines come out. So we'll get the wheels off, and then what we can do is put a floor jack underneath there, or maybe get the forklift in there, get lined up with the axle, unbolt it, drop it out of the machine, and break into it, and we'll see what all is going on in there. I better give him a hand.
The axle just goes up and down.
Yeah. I probably should put the camera down, huh? Okay, so here's where we are at. Obviously the wheels are removed, the fenders are removed, and we've got just a couple of bolts holding it to the actual chassis itself. So we'll go ahead and release these other couple bolts, and then we should be able to let it down out of there. We just got the jack stands in there to keep it from oscillating. Alright, we got this rear one. Back up a little, alright, you can go down more. Alright, back up. Whoa, that's good right there. You're going to drag the ground. Alright, back up. You're just going to clear. Sure, if I drag it, well, there ain't anything right now. So we have this all cleaned up, and we need to pull the axles out. He's got the steering pins that he's pulling out of the, which I can't believe they come out, which that's handy. We'll get them out, and then we can pull these bearings out here, and we should be able to pull the drive wheel end right off of the axle itself. And then once the axles are out, then we can pull the center of the differential apart. Yeah, he needs a hand. Well, we let this down. You might have to get a bar underneath there just so that we can balance them planetary wheel ends on the floor. Alright, so we've got both of the kingpin bearings, whatever you want to call them, removed. We'll get this set down on the floor. We should be able to pull this wheel end out of the actual axle itself here. Balance that wheel end. Be a lot easier if this was actually in the machine, and then you could, you know, put a rope on this end. Probably should have used the gantry, you know.
What we didn't do?
Didn't drain the oil. Here, let's grab a pail quick and I'll lift this up.
Well, I don't know if I do that.
Well, we've got this one drive end out. Why we didn't think of draining the oil first, I don't know. But at any rate, we are draining the differential now before we take the other side out. We lost a little bit of oil on this side, and this is what was stuck to the drain plug. There's actually pieces missing to this bolt too. It broke in a couple of spots. So that is not good, but it's got some major destruction into it, and we'll just have to see what we end up with once we get that other drive end apart. And once we get that drive end apart, we can take these bolts out of the center section and get that pulled out of it. We've got both drive assemblies removed out of either end of the axle. We're pulling the center apart here now, and the steering cylinder's got to be removed. We're not really sure what that all entails here. I think the main part that's holding it is going to be that cap right there, so gotta get that fitting out. So we're gonna have to work diligently here to get that to come apart. We're thinking that there's got to be some bolts in underneath this cylinder. So there's one right there that is obviously in the way. Cylinder's in the way of it. So yeah. Well, we've got that steering cylinder removed, and then those cap screws underneath it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them all together underneath that steering cylinder. That was a mongrel to get out of there because it was seized up where it come through the housing. So we had to put a little bit of heat on that. We're probably going to take the cylinder to the cylinder shop and make sure that doesn't have any problems, because I'm imagining it probably does. So what we could do, Jared, we could set that on the floor. Think you can lift that up out of there?
Maybe. It's not that heavy.
Yeah, it's not that heavy, but let me.
Left. It's kind of hot.
Yeah, let me put it down, and then we'll stick a bar in there, and maybe we can lift it up with a bar. All right, he's got her out of there. A bunch of bolts in the bottom of the case here. So the bolts all came out of the ring gear.
Oh yeah, it's just. Oh, we might be able to just put this back together.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So.
Shit, we don't even have to take this anywhere.
No, we don't. Well, what does the gears look like though?
They look all right.
Are they though?
Yeah, it'll be all right. It's only a telehandler.
Well, roll that around. What's that?
I have a hard time rolling it and keeping it. You know, I can't really. That'll be okay.
Yeah, it'd probably be all right.
That's gonna be fine. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's
All right, so we'll just get some new cap screws for that guy, and we could seal that up and put her back together.
There's one caught here somewhere.
Yeah, but is it getting caught on the bolt?
Yeah, it's caught on the thing.
See, there's one bolt in right there. Well, the thing is, no, that's gonna have to come apart because the broken bolts are still in the ring gear.
Yeah, maybe. You might be able to get them out.
Well. All right. Well.
Do nothing unless it's bolted.
Well, we're actually going to take this out to Fry and have them go through it. Yeah, we're just not so sure if maybe those gears shouldn't come out. To take a little look-see, and we don't need this happening again here. So we'll take that out to them, let them go through it, pull it apart, get them bolts out, get some new ones back in there, and then we'll get it back together. All right, we are just getting back here from dropping this differential off out to Fry Heavy Duty. We've got to get this axle case cleaned up. But I was on my way back and Andrew called and he says, hey, that thing you ordered me from Vevor is here. And he wants to get that installed here now, so that's what we are going to work on. He had run over to the house quick to grab his little truck. He's going to go ahead and pull that on in the shop here, and we're going to go ahead and get this item installed. He happened to see this on the website here the other day. He did the measuring. I hope he measured things correctly, but what we have in this box here is a toolbox that he wants to put in the back of his little truck. So we'll go ahead and get this thing opened up. I reached out to him and asked them if they would send us this. And what this is a 48-inch chest toolbox. Upside down, stand up in here. Diamond thing. Feet off of that one. Now I hope you did your measurements correctly. Okay, so what we're going to do, this is 48, what is it, 48 by 18. Oh, what the heck was this?
49.
48 by 18, well, let's measure it. I think it's 48 by 12 by 18, isn't it? All right, we'll measure this quick. 48 by 14. It's just about square. 15 inches deep and 14 inches long. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this up in the front of the bed here. Go ahead and grab onto that one handle there. All right, so that's right where you wanna have it so the lid is not touching the truck. So we've got that pretty good and square. Yeah. All right, all we got to do now is just drill some holes, right? So why don't we go ahead and drill some holes quick. We'll make sure that we don't drill down through anything that's critical underneath the box there. We'll get some bolts in there, and then he's going to throw a bunch of tools in it. Maybe we'll cut a piece of rubber to put in the bottom there. So, all right, let's get to drilling here. All right, so we've got the holes drilled. We just got to tighten them up, tighten the bolts up. And then I got to see if I've got some rubber that we can lay down in the bottom of that. We've got to get the shrapnel, the shards from the drilling vacuumed out of there. Let me see if I can reach this one. All right, send it. A little more. A little more. Give it a couple more gloves. Alright, let's move over to the other side. Do the back one first. We are starting. All right, get the vacuum cleaner and vacuum them. Drill the shrapnel that was left over from the drill. Yeah. Perfect. All right, let's see if I got a piece of rubber that we can lay in the bottom of that. So Andrew's gonna run on over to the house here and grab his tools, and before he goes and backs out of the shop, I thought I'd show you guys his little shifter head here that he's got on there. Some of you will know what it resembles, and some of you, yeah, might not even understand it. So, yeah, nice little shifter head he's got on there. Almost like an 18 speed now, huh? All right, go and get your stuff, and I'll, yeah. Well, Andrew has well, he's got a short amount of tools here. Why don't you open up them boxes there? He's got his regular toolbox that's in the shop, and then he has put a few tools together here to put in the back. Well, take the toolbox right out. To put in the back of this, just to run around and do oddball jobs with it, right, Bob? So that is gonna do it for this video. The link for this toolbox will be in the description, and then anything that you guys see on the Vevor site, you should be able to get a discount on it. But yeah. All right, you gonna roll out? Got any homework to do?
Finish that.
Yeah. You should start driving this to school, you know that? All right, folks. The link will be in the description for any of these Vevor items. We've gotten a few things from them already, and Andrew was cruising around on the website here the other night. He says, I want a toolbox for the back of my truck. Do you think they'll send me one? I said, I don't know. So I said, hey, send me one. That was 3 days ago, and they shipped it. So, yeah. Works good for this type of work, right? So, all right, folks, that's gonna do her. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you at the next one.